Hello, YouTubers. This is Joe of Joe and Paul here on Thursday, late in the afternoon, on December 27th, 2012. When I last spoke with you on Christmas Day afternoon, Paul was feeling poorly. And he was off that day, so he hadn't had to work. But he left on Wednesday and went to work, and very much has happened on earlier, a few days earlier, they sent him home early because he wasn't functioning well. He wasn't functioning well, and this time, apparently, on Wednesday morning, he was staggering around in an upstairs hall, almost passing out. So they said, "There's something wrong with you. Go get it figured out what's wrong." So he came home, and finally he decided to go down to one of these freestanding. Well, it's not a dock in a box. It's actually like a little mini hospital with rooms, like little mini ICU rooms, and an extended ER, in the sense that you can go in and they can really evaluate you, and you can get CAT scans and MRIs and stuff at this place. He had used it before when he had some sort of colonic inflammation here a few months back. In any case, he went there, and they said they're going to transfer him down to a local hospital. And he called me and told me this, and he said, "I've got a liver problem." His brother died of liver failure, so of course, that's always an issue. So he went down there, and you wait to see, what the call is going to be. About 4 or 5 hours later, he called and said of course, they're going to keep me overnight, and this, that, and the other. And of course, he says, now they think it's kidney. Okay, so is it kidney? Is it renal? Is it liver? Is it, what do you think? What do you know? Well, it's hard to tell. So this morning, around, I guess, just before 11, he called and said, "Well, they said I'm just dehydrated, and they think it's the blood pressure medicines I'm taking interacting with this other drug he's taking for his prostate. And when I stand up, I feel like I'm going to, it drops your blood pressure, so that's why you feel like you're passing out." So that's very reasonable. I thought at the time he was put on this prostate thing that might interact with his blood pressure stuff, but he seemed fine. I mean, he's been out for 5 months, so generally the problems happen right away. Turns out maybe these showed up later in his case. So, another drug interaction strikes again. So I'll be hoping that they refer him to somebody to get appropriate advice on this and how to adjust his meds. Now, I'm a doc, but I have an emotional connection with this man, so it's very inappropriate for me to really get involved in his care, except just to sort of explain to him what decisions have been made for him, or what he's been advised. So, try to keep that all within ethical guidelines and state laws and so forth. So he's eating, they're hydrating him with IV fluids. They won't let him walk around because they still say he might pass out. He can go to the can on his own. He doesn't have to do it in bed. That's a blessing. He's in a private room, so he doesn't have to listen to the TV blaring at the top of the wall with 18 sort of unwashed, massively obese people in there, staring at mom, wailing and moaning and carrying on. So one awaits perhaps a further phone call tonight, but more likely a phone call tomorrow morning where I can go down there and collect him, and then we'll have to figure out somewhere to get his truck back up from where he left it, behind the High Health, and I hope it was not towed. I hope it was not towed, but if it was, we'll deal with that too. I guess, okay, that's it. Well, now, so I have urged people to watch my 15-minute plus thing about Christmas Day. I recommended it to my rector. Deeds of truth and peace and love. I wouldn't change a single word of it. I would not change a single word of it. So that's that. I put together our January 2013 prayer list today. One of the women in our group had emailed me last night, which I discovered at 2 in the morning when I woke up because I couldn't sleep. And she said, where's the prayer list? And I said, I probably won't be doing that till Friday or Saturday. And then I explained about Paul. Well, as it turned out then, since Paul's not as bad off as we thought, I went ahead and did it. And, you want to get a nice big print so that, people can see it, and over the course of the last month and a half, I've been able to figure out how to do that. So that's good. But it's, there's no dog now. The dogs are dead. The dogs are gone. 7 months here last week for the last one, Shackleton. And now Paul's not here. He was one here last night. He's not going to be here tonight. I'm very disoriented. It's very much like when I left. Well, it's not at all like when I first left my ex-wife, because then I was still very much involved in the thick of combat, so to speak, conflict, and I was working. So we're kind of snowed in here. Well, it's not that bad. It's only about 4 inches, but it's heavy and wet, and I went down to the mailbox today, and I didn't really have to break my own trail. The deer had done that for me, which was neat. I was kind of walking down in their footprints, and went down, and the mail carrier had left my mailbox door hanging open. I think it's kind of a passive-aggressive gesture to indicate to me that I should shovel out things. Well, I used to have a tractor with a front-end loader, and I still have a tractor, but the front-end loader, the hydraulic hoses have fractured, and after having been sprayed with hydraulic fluid under pressure 3 times, I vowed I was never going to horse with that again. So I suppose I could run the tractor up and down and create ruts. I might do that later. I'm going to tell you right now, given all the drugs I take and my blood pressure and my heart situation, there is no way I'm going to go out and do a lot of shoveling, because I don't intend to die shoveling snow. Thank you very much. So having said that, I'm going to sign off now, and we're going to pray about Paul, and I'm going to have to eat some dinner because, as my mother, as I said to my mother before she decided to, kind of starve herself, no eat, no live. No eat, no live. All righty. So I'm going to stop now. Bye-bye.